Now, before this video begins, I just want to say that Grounded is a game that I've played the demo of, and I just didn't really care for it that much, and then I just wasn't gonna play it, but I kept getting asked to play it, and like, hey man, you got Grounded? Man, have you checked out Grounded? And then I'm like, I don't know, maybe I guess I'll have to check out Grounded again. So this was my first reaction to Grounded like 2 months ago. Now this game didn't really interest me, but I thought since it's free demo, I thought I'd give it a try. Demo access, I only have 30 minutes. Plant fibers, rocks. Oh, it's a survival game. I don't like how it's so blurry. I think this is just like the forest, honestly, except for my floor is going through the ground. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to get this game. I don't think this is a game that I'm going to get. And if I see why they only give you 30 minutes in this game, because it's been 10 and I'm already kind of done with this game. So I guess technically that was my first impression of the game, but I wouldn't really count it as first impressions. I don't know what was happening that day. I don't know if I just didn't feel like playing games and I was playing games, or I was live streaming it and I was just bored or something. Not really sure what happened there, but I have a completely different opinion of the game than what I had then when I played it. Now, I actually kind of enjoy the game. I played through it. I played a lot of it, actually. And even though it is lacking in certain areas and some things need to be fixed, in my opinion, which I'm sure will be fixed or improved or anything because the game is in early access. That's why this isn't a review. Now, let's start off right away some bad things about this game. This game has so many issues that are just like, sometimes when these issues happen, it will make you so mad you'll want to install the game instantly and never play it again. Now, one of the issues I had was I was playing multiplayer, and like 2-3 hours later after joining, my game crashed, and then I lost everything that I had. All my items in my backpack and everything that I was wearing was gone. My backpack was nowhere to be found. I had to completely gather everything again and rebuild and recraft what I already had. Another problem is this game is so in early access that there's not even a button to invite your friends. Okay, you have to find each other's servers with your name, and though it is quite easy, why is there not an invite button? Now, another issue that I had was when I was crafting spider armor, but I'm pretty sure this can happen with anything. I had no inventory space, but I had the items to craft it, so when I crafted my spider armor, instead of dropping it on the ground right next to me, for some reason, it got launched out of my base, and I found the spider armor outside of my base. When I was looking for it around me for like 2 minutes, I walked down my base, I'm like, oh well, I guess I lost that spider armor, and it was sitting by the front door. Now, balancing wise, I think the game is okay, but it could be better because I don't feel like the armor actually provides you any armor. I don't think any armor provides you that much armor, because I made the acorn armor, I made the clover armor, I made the spider armor, and I still got one-shotted by spiders. I don't know what that was about. Spiders just do an insane amount of damage no matter what armor you have. Now let's get into some of the good things. The concept for the game is probably its best thing. Like, the concept is so good. Like, you're in the backyard and you're just really small. You got ants, you got spiders, you got lawn mites, and I think there's so many things that they could add. They could add like birds, snakes. You know how scary a snake would be in this game? There's just so many cool things that could be done with this game. Even though there's not much story in the game right now, the story that it has is interesting for me to want to stick around and learn more. Though I do think that they should have released the game in early access with a bit more story content. And base building in this game reminds me of the forest, and I like the forest base building, so I like the grounded base building. But building a base in grounded is way more simple than building a cool base in the forest. The AI is good and bad in this game. For whatever reason, I feel like the spiders are probably the dumbest, where the larva and the stink bugs are probably the smartest. I don't know if that's done on purpose, but I was hunting down some larvae and we were trying to kill them and get some parts and stuff, and we couldn't. They were in a pack, so we couldn't take them all out. So we ran and then jumped on top of a clover, and they started biting and knocking the clovers down. Another thing, I think the food and water go down a bit too fast. I'm always feeling like I have to run and get some water, run and get some food. So I feel like that could be toned down just a little bit. Also, later on in the game, I discovered something that made a lot of things really easy to kill, like spiders, mostly spiders, honestly. They were the biggest problem. And then just by jumping over and over again while trying to stab them with my larva blade, they just could not hit me for some reason. So I took 0 damage killing spiders when they were by themselves, because I would just keep jumping and stabbing and then they would die without any problems. Oh, I forgot to mention too that there is another glitch that I found. It's with the berries. When you're trying to chop up berries to get, well, berry, because you need berry to make specific armors and stuff. I tried chopping up berries and only some of them would get chopped up and I would get some berries. Other times I would just hit the berry and then it would just bounce all over the place and give me no materials. And if you hit a berry with your bow and arrow, the berry just disappears. Now, unlike some other games that have nighttime, but it's not really nighttime, it's just a little bit darker, this game's nighttime or darkness is really dark. You're gonna be, if you don't have a torch at night, you're gonna be wandering, just bumping into stuff like, oh, where am I going? There's some very interesting secrets to find, and even some secret weapons that you can find along the map. I'm not going to spoil any of them, but they are pretty cool. Now, you can only have up to four people in a server, and there's only 4 characters to choose from, but each character has their own personality and voice. Now, not many, or actually, I don't think any, except for this game, have like voice actors for the characters that you play in a survival game. If there are some, let me know in the comments below, because I can't think of any right now. Overall, I think the game was pretty enjoyable, but I was mostly playing with friends. I only played solo for around an hour, so I would say get this game if you really like survival games and if you have a group of friends that will play the game with you. Now, if you plan on playing this game by yourself, you're probably not gonna have as good of a time as everyone else that plays the game with a group of people. But hey, I guess that can be said with almost any game. Now, that's my first impressions of this game. I'm definitely going to be checking this game out more when it gets updated and new stuff gets added, especially some of the story stuff. I can't wait for some of that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below, tell me what you think about this game and what you think about this video. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because you want to be subscribed, and I will see you guys next time.